IKTVA and ICV scores are not subjective human resources surveys or arbitrary corporate ratings. They are absolute, audited financial fractions. Engineering this exact mathematical ratio is the primary, unavoidable commercial gate for winning energy sector tenders in the Gulf. Treating this certification as a late-stage compliance checkbox guarantees a lost bid. The score dictates the award as heavily as pricing and delivery schedules. This diagram displays the baseline formula. You add up the value created inside the country, dividing it by total revenue. Look at the denominator. If you achieve regional revenue growth without a proportional increase in local content, your total score mathematically drops. This matrix plots the 4 actionable operational levers against their relative speed to impact. Procurement from local suppliers falls on the fast side. National hiring falls in the middle. An all-expatriate payroll enforces a hard structural ceiling on how high your percentage can climb. Local manufacturing and in-country fixed assets are the slowest levers. They require heavy capital commitments, but establish the most durable foundation for a high percentage. Executive leadership must sequence these elements, combining rapid procurement shifts with multi-year joint ventures to build a resilient, competitive profile. This table shows the split between Saudi Arabia and the UAE. They share baseline mechanics but diverge entirely in application. On the left, Saudi Arabia's IKTVA strictly measures local content against your Aramco supply chain revenue. The right column shows the UAE's ICV. It measures against total company revenue, but layers on approved bonus factors for fixed asset investments and amortization that can lift your final number. Neither figure is a self-assessment. These numbers cannot be promised during a bid. They are computed entirely from your audited financial statements. If the local spend or national salary was not recorded on the ledger during the previous financial year, it does not count. And because the certificate is tied to that specific audit, it lapses annually. The actual competition for an RFP happens during strategic financial planning cycles, years before a tender is ever issued. B2B energy suppliers must treat their local content score exactly the way they treat price and delivery. Market leaders relentlessly model where their value leaks out of the country. They track the margin loss to imported goods instead of local procurement, and they measure the drain of an expatriate payroll against national hires. They deploy capital and restructure their supply chains to plug those structural gaps well in advance of the certification process. You engineer the score before you audit. By the time a tender hits the market, your number is locked, and the outcome is already decided.